The rain had been relentless for days, pounding the city like a drum of despair. Rivers overflowed, streets disappeared beneath angry waters, and entire neighborhoods were swallowed in silence. On that gray morning, as the storm clouds pressed low and sirens wailed through the drowned streets, Officer Elena Carter and her canine partner, a German shepherd named Shadow, were called into duty. They had faced danger together countless times, drug busts, car chases, rescues, but nothing compared to what was waiting for them in the unforgiving flood. It was supposed to be just another search, another call to check for survivors. But within minutes, it turned into a fight for life, loyalty, and a miracle no one could have imagined. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the unshakable loyalty of animals, then please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Pawsitive Tales, and share this story with someone who needs hope today. Let's spread love through stories that matter. The water was higher than anyone expected, rising past cars, swallowing fences, and turning familiar streets into rivers of chaos. Elena guided her patrol vehicle carefully, the flashing lights reflecting off the murky current that twisted and pulled at everything in its path. Shadow, sitting in the back seat, leaned forward against the divider, his dark eyes alert, ears pricked to every sound outside. He knew something was wrong. Canine dogs always knew. For them, danger wasn't just a possibility. It was a pulse in the air, a vibration beneath the earth, a warning their hearts understood before humans ever could. As they reached the edge of a washed-out road, Elena saw it, an overturned car, half submerged, its roof barely visible above the water. Without hesitation, she stopped the cruiser, threw open her door, and ran toward the flood, her boots sinking deep into the mud. The current was strong, but she fought against it, clutching her radio to call for backup. Before she could finish her words, the ground beneath her shifted. The current caught her legs like a predator, and in one terrifying instant, Elena was dragged into the flood. The icy water slammed against her body, knocking the air from her lungs. She tried to fight, tried to swim, but the force was relentless. Her chest burned as she gasped for air, her hands clawing at debris that slipped away as fast as she grabbed it. She could hear the muffled roar of the river in her ears, the taste of dirty water filling her mouth. Panic clawed at her chest. She thought of her family. She thought of unfinished promises. And for the first time in her career, Officer Elena Carter felt the icy fingers of helplessness closing around her. But Shadow had been watching. From the moment the current pulled her under, his instincts roared louder than the storm. With a fierce leap, the German shepherd hurled himself into the water. His strong legs cut through the current, his ears pressed back, eyes locked only on one thing, his partner. The world faded away. There were no flashing lights, no sirens, no flood. There was only Elena. The current tried to drag him under, tried to twist him away, but Shadow's determination was unshakable. He had been trained to track, to fight, to protect. But this was beyond training. This was love, loyalty, the invisible bond between a human and a dog who had saved each other more times than either could count. He reached her as she struggled to keep her head above water, her strength slipping away. He nudged against her, pushed his head beneath her chin, urging her to grab onto him. When she couldn't, he did what no one expected. He bit gently into the strap of her vest and pulled, his muscles straining against the violent flood. The sight of it stunned the rescuers who had just arrived. This canine, battling the elements with every ounce of strength in his body, dragging his unconscious partner towards safety. Inch by inch, Shadow fought forward. His paws cutting through the current, his teeth locked onto her vest like lifelines forged in desperation. When a wave crashed over them, he held on tighter. When debris slammed against his side, he ignored the pain. His eyes never wavered. His mission was clear: save her, no matter the cost. Minutes felt like hours. Every second was a war between life and death. But Shadow didn't surrender. He pulled her toward a shallow edge where rescuers finally rushed in, reaching their arms out, grabbing Elena from the water. Together, with Shadow refusing to release his grip until he was sure she was safe, they dragged her onto the muddy bank. She was pale, unmoving, her breath shallow. Rescuers began CPR, pressing against her chest, calling her name, fighting to bring her back. Shadow stood over her, dripping, shivering, his eyes wide with fear. He nudged her cheek, whimpered, barked once as if begging her not to leave him. The rescuers pressed again, until finally Elena gasped. Water spilled from her lungs as her body convulsed, then air rushed in like a miracle. She coughed, cried out, and blinked at the gray sky above her. She was alive, and when her gaze shifted to the side, the first thing she saw was Shadow. His fur matted, his body trembling, his eyes locked on her with a mixture of fear and relief. He pressed his head against her arm as if to say, "I never left you. I never will." Tears welled in her eyes as she clutched his neck, whispering her gratitude into the storm. The news of Shadow's bravery spread like wildfire. Officers, neighbors, and even strangers across the city marveled at the loyalty of a dog who had fought a flood to save the one person who mattered most. To Elena, it wasn't just a story of survival. It was proof of something deeper. Proof that love knows no species, that loyalty runs deeper than fear, and that sometimes the truest hero walks on four legs. Days later, Elena returned to the station with Shadow by her side. He wore a special medal on his collar, awarded for bravery beyond measure. But to Shadow, medals didn't matter. All that mattered was that Elena was safe, that they were together again, ready to face whatever came next. Because for him, she wasn't just his partner, she was his world, and he had already proven he would go to any length, even leap into death itself, to keep her alive. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, subscribe to Pawsitive Tales, and share it with your loved ones. Your support helps us continue telling stories of loyalty, healing, and the bonds that can change the world. Special request: comment below what this story meant to you. Do you believe dogs can be true guardian angels? We would love to hear your thoughts.